a big pattern change is coming to the United States in the coming weeks and into early August. However, the severe weather still has not let up in the eastern tier of the United States. So if we take a look at the satellite here, we had some big convection here earlier this afternoon. This was the newest 433. We have some storms here, and some storms have basically been everywhere. So we had some big ones up there. We had some big ones last night in Oklahoma, and it was just kind of widespread showers and storms, basically throughout the eastern tier of the United States. However, nothing is severe in any way. Speaking of severe weather, today we have a slight risk of severe weather extending from New York back down to Maryland and New Jersey. Threats with this could include an isolated tornado threat. Really from near Philly and eastern PA up to parts in New Jersey and into Connecticut and New York, Long Island, areas like that. The hail outlook, not much for the eastern tier, more of a kind of Midwest to Rocky Mountains area for a hail threat, at least for some large hail, and for some damaging winds. The greatest threat will be back here on the East Coast. Now, let's get into the radar for today. So if we go ahead and take a look at the radar for today, so we had some widespread showers and storms from eastern Ohio into western PA. These storms will gradually move into that slight risk area, which will fuel some newer storms to begin. As this continues off, you'll see we'll have more stronger storms, it looks like, up to the north of New Jersey, down into parts of Maryland and Delaware. However, that a few stronger storms further to the south in that target area is not ruled out. Continuing this, this is 6 o'clock today. We'll have some more we'll start to have some strong storms begin to develop, at least more widespread than we've seen so far. And then right around 12 tonight, the only remaining threat will last somewhere up here, and maybe especially on like the Long Island areas, and just generally in this area. And as these move out, we could see some storms fire further back. And that's that. And then let's take a look at the tornado threat let's take a look at the tornado threat here. So we have that tornado potential, mainly for this area and for some areas over here. The greatest threat for an isolated tornado will be in this general area, but shouldn't be too significant or shouldn't be too bad whatsoever. If we head to the significant tornado parameters, these get really ramped up here, right around the docks and kind of beach line, right in here. This is where your greatest tornado potential would be if any were to form. However, an isolated threat back into PA could also be a possibility. However, should be extremely low for today. Again, later on, around 10 to 12, we could see an additional secondary threat begin to develop for maybe some water spouts, an isolated tornado or two. However, shouldn't be too bad. Now, finally, let's take a look at the shear values here. This is how you can look for tornadoes. This is at 6 p.m. today. We have some shear in place for a possible spin up or two, right along in that target area, right, and basically in these two spots right here and right there. However, like I said, if there is a tornado threat, it will be very, very low. It will be very, very, very low, and yeah. And then we have a big pattern change coming to the United States. We're gonna take a look at the jet stream here first. So this is the trough. There's a trough in place here, which is causing that severe weather over here today, and bringing some more severe weather pretty much over here as well. Where's that marginal risk here today? We'll watch as this. We'll watch the jet stream as that moves out, gets picked up, and that'll be moving out of the country. And then for what looks to be a brief period of time, we will have a break period or a grace period. However, there are some more storms could happen on the East Coast, as the East Coast will be very active, which will bring a significant cool down in a lot of probably the areas that have been sweltering in the heat, basically extending from the Midwest back into the parts of the Northeast areas. And that will be a really nice relief. With these, there'll be showers and storms basically a lot in the Midwest and back into the Northeast. And so this will bring a nice cool down. However, significant severe weather does not seem to be looking very likely. Doesn't seem to be looking very likely until probably the end of July into probably the first week in August, when is where we could see some of these little storms generally through here could bring some storms from Canada into the United States, which could cause some severe weather. Pretty much could cause some more significant severe weather. Like I said, end of July into probably the first week in August, and maybe even the second. However, as of right now, we will get a big grace period. But like I said, probably from anywhere, I'd say anywhere from Sunday, July 28th to Friday, August 2nd will be the greatest chances for at least a significant chance for some stronger severe weather. Let's take a look at the precipitation now for the area over these next coming weeks here. So here's today, starting off. So we will see some high pressure begin to develop we will have some high pressure begin to set in, which will give a nice break and cool down. However, we still will have a widespread rain showers throughout the East Coast and beginning in the Midwest, which will bring significant cool downs. Like this, for example, we will have a lot of rain in the Midwest, a lot in the southern tier United States, but a lot of areas we will have a cool down from severe weather and kind of give a break from it. There will be still severe thunderstorms, but nothing too significant should be coming in the foreseeable future. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And I will see everybody in the next forecast.